Falcons get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short, forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack.
Hey. 4 down. 20.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
11.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really They've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game.
Hey!
They'll run for the first time with Jeremy Langford. And right away, he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Hey! Great! That's it. Ready? Do some. What is it?
A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Let's go. Gun. 26, check 26. Hey, gun.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a 1st down. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Take down, 81. Hey, South. Here we go, D, get off the field.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Julius Peppers in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Single.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
54, South.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, wait.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan, and finding the tight end Hooper. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's got Sanu. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing.
Gun. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Wait.
To throw on 2nd down. Ryan. He's going to air one out. So the long and third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Wait. Gun. Ready, set.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Gun.
4th down. Here's Ryan. It's caught. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Ryan now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Oh, and now some space to operate. For even a 1st down and more. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are in for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Carolina getting set to take the field.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Hey, you got set. What inning?
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hey. We got three, fellas. We got three. Set. What inning?
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Great. Set. 180. Check. Great. 8. Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here we go, fellas.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey, get right down. Gun. Ready?
Newton on 3rd down. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
3 down.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Come on now.
A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Set. Set with 80. Watch 88. Watch 88. Hey, hey.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He's going to get it running right. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Express. 20. Let's go. Gun.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Robert Alford. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Final play of the 1st half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Newton flushed out right. And an alley to run. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but
very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. Hey, get right there. Get right there. Get right there. Express! What is it?
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there at 22. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey,
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Hey, hey. Say what ain't it? What ain't it? Gun. 20.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton flush to his right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
Do something. 49. 20. Gun.
3rd and 2, Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On the ground, McCaffrey, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Hey, get right down. Get right there. Great.
To throw on 2nd down. Newton escaping the pressure right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
They'll run here with Langford. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
some. Hey!
They'll try the air now with Newton. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Vic Beasley able to drop him for a loss of 4. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Hey, get right down. Get right there. Gun.
Here's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Let's get it. Get up!
They'll toss it to Coleman. Fights him off. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Hey. 4 down.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check, and they're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Jones breaking from the contact. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now Ryan on the screen. This is Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Get up!
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
To throw is Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. Ryan now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. This is Coleman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vernon Butler forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Gun.
On second down, here's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Falcons on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
3 down.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Coleman has it here right side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And the Panthers coming out now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Set. 180.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. A shotgun snap for Newton. Steps away to his left. Airing it out for Olsen. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Robert Alford. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open.
21.
I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. K1 short in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Dontari Poe in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Time. Ready. Blue 80. Rip right. Rip right. 11. Check 4. Check 4. Hey, white. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. 21. Let's go.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. K1 short. Able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play.
Hey.
Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton, he'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Greg. 20. Greg.
Operating from the gun. Newton eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
20.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Let's go. 12.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Captain Mutterland. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton being chased out left. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Do some.
Newton. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Desmond Trufant. A second nice move, a spin. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Gun!
Ryan wants to throw it. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Here's Coleman. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. It's Coleman here, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Falcons will add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult, but guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
20.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL.